Welcome to Energy is Currency, the Millennial Development Podcast devoted to helping you mind your business personally and professionally. My name is Alexis Williams, and I am your marketing consultant, idea generator, and mini modern philosopher, the entrepreneur that checks all the boxes, whatever that may mean. Subscribe to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and iHeartRadio to listen to every gem in every episode. Season 1 is available on all streaming platforms. What's up, y'all? This is Energy is Currency, and I am your favorite entrepreneur, overworker, over everything. I'm over America. That's who I am. And I am with my favorite co-host today. So I've done a lot of interviews. She is one of my favorite people to talk to. Gigi is back for more conversation. Gigi, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. I can't believe it's Monday. I feel like I needed an extra day this weekend.
And are we gonna get that, or is it like?
No, I should have called off. But no.
Okay. But I feel like I call off every day, or I want to call off
every day.
Every day. Right.
Look, let's just scrap working.
Is that what this episode is gonna be about? Because
we could actually start a GoFundMe. So if y'all fund us,
yes,
I'll quit.
Then I can stay home. Yeah. I will quit my job right now.
Absolutely.
If you give me some money.
Yes.
Okay, great. Alrighty, so that's gonna be in the link on our Spotify page for you all.
Right.
For your contributions and your support. Thank you.
And that's it. That's about it. No. Look, my Cash App, my Venmo.
So look, this podcast is teaching you how to mind your business personally and professionally. And I have a topic that I'm pretty sensitive to.
Okay.
Because I am outstanding and possibly high functioning autistic, amongst the other hosts of should not be cohesive, but somehow are cohesive personality traits. I feel like overachieving is a natural thing to me. Gigi, how do you feel about overachieving?
I feel like in certain areas I have to push to actually want to overachieve. If I don't care too much on the topic, I'm going to do exactly what I need to do to get the results. But if I care, I'm going to go above and beyond.
Keyword is care. Keyword is care. So the first question of the day is, do I care?
Right.
And sometimes the answer is no. But I feel like there is a large group of people, especially my Black sisters, where we are like, I hate the expression Jamaicans, where you got all the jobs, or where they're like, girl, when do you sleep? Or when do you do this? Or when do you do that? Because you have so much on your plate.
Right.
So I want to spend some time with overachievers, because the biggest issue about all the amazing things that you can do is nobody is paying attention to any of it.
So why do you continue to do it? Is it just natural? Is it innate to you? It's just natural?
No, it's subconscious programming with a sprinkle, a parsley sprinkle of trauma.
Okay.
Like overachieving comes from the subconscious belief that your worth and your value and your success is tied to your performance and your achievement.
So you're constantly being evaluated.
You're constantly believing that someone is evaluating you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in reality, they're not.
I guarantee that somebody is, right? Because like you said, we can be overachievers in different areas. Mm-hmm. So what does the metric actually look like?
Right.
It usually is measured by burnout or rest, right?
Sounds like burnout for 100.
Right? So I know some overachievers who wear burnout and exhaustion as badges, right? Because they've accomplished so much with their time and with their energy, and they have all of the degrees and they have all of the experiences and the fellowships and all of the doing, but they still get overlooked. So let me tell you about an expression that if I hear somebody say this to me, I'm going to become irate, to put it very mildly, right? The expression "the squeaky wheel gets the oil." Have you ever heard that?
Yes, I have. It's
I
very
hate that
common.
expression. I hate that expression because what that says is the person who is underachieving is the one who's going to be nurtured and
The
taken
mo-
care of.
yeah, the one who's making the most noise.
The one who's making the most noise, the one who's providing the most dysfunction, the one who is interrupting the flow. If this is a shopping cart, that one little buggy that do the sparks, that roll to the west when you're trying to go north and all this, and that, and the third, that's the squeaky wheel. And what do? We'll either put the cart back or we'll start to adjust the cart to make it function, or we'll adjust how we push the cart so that it'll just, we're putting more force in it than we need to. But what about the other three wheels?
Yeah. So
Okay,
so
the front
what's the way that somebody who's overachieving can actually identify that they actually are overachieving unnecessarily?
wheel, like I said, I would say the metric would be burnout versus rest.
Okay. Oh, so if they
Especially,
choose burnout as opposed to resting.
yep.
Okay.
So the people who are like who don't who don't schedule in downtime,
Okay.
the people who are the first to the scene for any type of problems,
Okay.
the people who are going back to back to back to back to back to school and trying to work and trying to raise kids
Mhm.
and trying to do career climbs and trying to travel every month and trying to
All the
work out
things.
every day and trying to and
All
trying
the
to
things but take a
trying
nap.
to trying to where it's like, girl, which one are you successful at? But you're trying everything, which is amazing.
Mhm.
But are you able to evenly split some of that energy up so that you can really be present, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like I have friends that use education as a way to avoid family.
People do that with work.
People do that with
They will
work.
pick up extra shifts around the holiday
People will
to
pick
say, I can't make it because I got to work. Sorry.
Christmas is triple pay.
And you're like,
Sorry, Jesus. And
you
it's
work
like,
at PetSmart.
don't you work at the weekends only? Why are you working on Tuesday? So,
Exactly.
but and my thing is this. Let me be very clear. This is not a confrontational call out for people
Right.
who consider themselves overachievers. Is actually a confrontation call out for the people who aren't carrying their weight. So see me in the parking lot. I have pepper spray. But what I do want people to be able to do is identify if I'm doing too much or if I'm not.
Okay. What's
Right?
what's one way?
Not asking for help.
Okay.
Definitely.
Is that on the side
If you're the person with 47 groceries and there's three people in the house and you're not asking any of those three people to use their two hands,
to help you?
yeah,
Okay.
you're doing too much. Or, okay, I'll even say this in the career environment. The person who is I'll say the person who is the overachiever is the person who is in early, out late,
Mm.
picks up slack, overcompensates for all the coworkers.
When nobody asked them
Um, when
to.
nobody asked them
No one
to,
assigned it to them.
creates projects for themselves that nobody asked them to, works themselves into a tizzy for all of the things that they've brought onto. I can handle it. I can handle it. I can do this. I'll give it to me. I'll take care of it. Anybody, I'll say this. Anybody who adamantly watched Scandal or How to Get Away with Murder.
Now, listen.
Oh, was that a hit dog
listen.
hollering?
Listen, good cinema is good cinema.
And friends, this is what you call a hit dog hollering.
I thought we wasn't doing those.
That was you, Fred. I wasn't calling
Listen,
you out.
because Olivia Pope and something Ann Keaton, they were great.
Annalise.
Annalise,
Annalise.
yeah, Annalise.
Anna Mae. Honey, Anna Mae when she was back home in
Listen, when she took
Mississippi.
that wig off,
That was Anna Mae.
right?
Anywho, but again, those were classic women with overachieving issues to the point where they ran down their lives. Okay, we can just spend a few minutes on How to Get Away with Murder. Do y'all not remember she was losing her job because she was doing too much?
Yes.
Do y'all not remember that she wasn't the murderer at all in any of the stories, but she spent 5 or 6 seasons covering for other people?
Hmm.
Yes. So let me wrap How to Get Away with Murder up
If you haven't
in
seen
a scene and a half. Somebody gets killed. Annalise calls the police. The police handle it. The
it,
end.
roll the
Right?
credit.
Roll the credits. They still give her her Oscars and her Emmys, give her her awards, give her her things. But no, you didn't have to go through and manage all of those
All
things.
of those.
If everybody is depending on you, you might be overachieving.
Okay.
If nobody can do this but you might be overachieving.
Okay. So that's
If
three right there.
Yeah, that's three, and I'm sure we can. If as the listeners are checking this out, I'm sure there's plenty other instances that they can come up with. I would even throw in some older siblings. Okay, them first children. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're forced to overachieve because one most first kids aren't prepared by their parents. It's everybody is new at the rodeo
They're the first.
with
They're
the
first.
first
Yeah.
kids, right? But let there be a second or a third kid. Now you are the third parent.
Or
That
you're the
job
you're
doesn't
the
go away.
example.
Or the example. Or or the support system, financially, emotionally, physically. Let's say you're the responsible sibling, but you have a very fertile sibling, right?
Hmm.
How many aunties do we have not willing to have kids because they've already raised
Raised
someone
kids,
else's
or they've raised their brothers and sisters.
or their siblings,
Mhm.
right? But the issue is in those environments, are the rewards there? Where's the pay?
Where's the compensation?
Where's the compensation? Do we get to claim these kids on taxes? Sometimes they can. If you can,
Sometimes.
if there's enough kids to go around, you should be able to, right? But let's say it's only two, it's three parents. You getting to
You're not.
shine enough. But in the spirit of minding your business, personally and professionally, how can we be of more support to the overachievers?
Will they even take support though?
With a threat of violence, probably.
That's the way you have to show it to them, with a threat of
Get
violence.
your
You're
ass
right.
in here. Yeah, there's definitely a sit your ass down. I'm gonna do it involved.
A
Yeah, for
level of
sure.
authority.
Authority, masculinity,
Okay.
something. I don't know. Because there's a level of hyper independence there, thinking that you're the only person that can manage this task or manage this lifestyle or
Mhm.
manage these achievements. So you definitely deserve a strong support system
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
If you have been to the work life presence workshops,
Oh, love that workshop.
yeah, top tier, stellar,
And
all the things. Yeah. But one of the things we talk about is time blocking, really setting aside time that includes downtime, that includes hobbies, that includes rest, that includes proactive measures, then, and some reactive measures, but creating a lifestyle where you're not overwhelmed and you're not always giving away your time.
yeah.
Um,
One thing I like that you did, I don't know if it ties in, but you said you grabbed you an accountability partner. So someone to hold you accountable.
I will say this, I have definitely made a habit of having an accountability partner. One, so that I have somebody to work with and I can do stuff together, right?
Right.
But also because it allows me to, one, I have somebody I have to answer to.
Right.
So I have to complete the task. But also we can talk about ideas on how to do it better. It isn't just on me to
Mhm.
find a solution or to create the experience. You know what I mean?
So what is a tip for an overachiever who lets their guard down and lets someone help them, and that person doesn't do it exactly the way that the overachiever would? In this space, what do you tell that overachieving person?
So pepper spray is not the right answer, right?
That's like C. What's A and B?
Okay. Let me start over.
Look, we
Um,
can do D as all of them.
Um, one, breathe,
Okay.
breathe.
Is that A and B?
Hmm.
That's A and B. Breathe.
No, we still on A.
Oh,
It's
okay,
coming.
okay.
But two, I mean, there's a level of like realistic expectations. Either you're going to be like really, really clear with the expectations and it's like they didn't meet them or whatever. But it's like if you're heavy about control,
Mhm.
then it's going to be hard for you not to be an overachiever.
Okay.
So there's a certain level of control you have to release to other people to do things. Unless it's a measurable experience, right? If you have to put 2 cups of flour, put in 4 cups of flour is not helpful, right?
I don't
But if
know.
it's
You gotta season with love. I don't know.
like, Gigi, no.
Okay.
No, Gigi. But but if it's like a qualitative experience, like I don't know. The first thing that came to my mind was like folding clothes or like,
Oh, there's a certain way that I fold my towels. Like if you don't fold them that way, don't touch my towels. And I'm not
I
even an
don't know. It's a
overachiever.
hard one because people are entitled to their preferences, but you have to be realistic that people aren't going to meet your preferences perfectly.
So should overachievers let go of unrealistic expectations?
Possibly, I think that is a large component of being an overachiever in the first place is having unrealistic expectations.
Okay.
Thinking that whether you've been programmed by your family, you gotta do this, or you've programmed yourself, I have to achieve this, or no one can do this but me. You definitely that at some point that becomes unrealistic. That's just the truth of the matter. It doesn't matter what you're working towards, whether it's a day-to-day activity or not. At some point you have to realize like certain behaviors are unsustainable,
Okay.
right? Certain behaviors are not duplicatable. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it exactly how you
Like
do
you
it,
do it, right?
right? Yeah. So to your point, absolutely you have to adjust your expectations. And I think that is what eases the energy up off of a high of hold on. I believe that is the thing that eases up the energy of an overachiever is reducing your expectations.
Okay. So A is breathe.
Yes.
B is have realistic expectations.
C is still pepper spray. What's
Yes.
D?
Oh, I thought that was meet me in the parking lot. That's still C. That's still, okay. And then
You know what?
D is all the above.
Yes. So I find fun when I'm asking for help and I'm delegating responsibility. I definitely use a standard operating procedure
Okay.
for sure.
Those
For
are
sure. I try to write out the experience as best as possible so they're not trying to fill in the gaps for me. I try to articulate what I'm looking for, right? And then one of my favorite phrases is surprise me, especially if it's like a creative opportunity or like editing or someone has a vision for something or it's a task that I'm completely outsourcing,
mhm.
I'll ask them to surprise me. That creates an environment where we're looking forward to something
Okay.
and we have a positive energy about it.
And that gives them freedom to be creative.
It gives them freedom to be creative and they're excited to surprise. Like okay, this,
I'm about to
this is
show
what
out,
I'm
right?
about to
This is what
show
I've been
out.
asking for, right?
Okay, this is my time.
Put me in the
So
game, coach.
okay, tag. So I think that's one of my favorite phrases. Just surprise me. Everything. I don't have to be in the know about everything. And most of the time I don't know what's going on. So
Okay.
I was gonna be surprised anyway.
Surprise! We surprise each
But
other.
I feel at least we're on the same page that way, like they know I'm surprised, they know they need to surprise. It was gonna happen anyway.
Okay.
But definitely, and even setting your own expectations of what you can produce.
Mhm.
Like you literally cannot be productive for 24 hours without a cocaine addiction.
Heavy on the cocaine.
Okay, there was no comma there.
Listen,
There is a straight
period.
sentence.
Hard
Okay.
stop.
Like you have to replenish yourself. You cannot work every single day. You cannot work every single day back to back to back to back. Like you have to give yourself time to replenish if your expectations are going to be that rigid.
So, for overachievers, why does rest feel like punishment to them?
Programming.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you, when I started my first job at the St. Louis Bread Company, because that's what it's called. I'm from St. Louis.
Okay.
And so I was working at the Panera Bread, and like within the first week, one of the managers came in. I was just kind of standing up against the wall. I didn't know what to do next. And he said, if you got time to lean,
Mm-hmm.
you got time to clean.
Mm-hmm.
And that shaped my narrative. Like it really reshaped my narrative. I
Well,
started whenever I'm in a work environment or I believe what productivity is, I want to fill all of those minutes
with something.
with productivity.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, that sounds like somebody's grandma. He definitely got that from somebody's grandma.
Absolutely. I mean, if we're gonna be real about it, this always this, if, especially for Black people, this is absolutely tied to the generational trauma of slavery.
Yeah.
If
You
you
have to be
wanna,
doing something.
right,
There's
or you
no
will be
rest,
whipped, or
relaxation.
you
Right.
will be killed,
Right.
right? And so we've been groomed and programmed to believe that rest is a luxury
Mm-hmm.
or a reward. Think about hustle culture, where we say, "I'm asleep when I die."
Jeezy.
Right?
Yeah.
And Jeezy could use the rest, especially after the divorce and now you're a single parent. You should have took a nap. Should have took a nap,
Well,
snowman.
now he's in Vegas.
Not resting. The city that never sleeps. He ain't gonna learn. He ain't gonna learn.
Now he in Vegas doing his, yeah.
His opera trap music,
Yes.
operatic trap music. We aren't evolving as a species anymore. I don't know what word to put on this, but evolution seems inappropriate.
It seems out of reach. Google, what is the opposite of evolution? But Gemini, somebody.
Dick, decay. Okay, but no, we've been programmed that our worth and our success is tied to our productivity. So if we're not being productive,
Mhm.
our is our worth varying based on our productivity. If I'm not doing something, am I worth anything?
Right.
I don't believe that shit. But somebody might. And if they do, I want you to know, when you're asleep, when you're awake, you are valuable, you are worthy, you are successful. You can accomplish everything with rest.
You
I
need
will
rest.
say,
You can accomplish it better. Once you're
yes.
rest, rejuvenated,
That part.
restored, yeah.
But you know what? The body, with that type of behavior, right? That type of mindset, programming, constant repetitive behavior, the body starts to rely on the productivity and it starts to reject the rest.
Mhm. So even
There
when
is
you
some,
try to rest, you can't.
you know what's funny? I'm noticing this generation of retired people,
Mhm.
they the most busy old people
Girl, they
I've
be
never
on a
seen in
plane.
my
They
life.
be catching flights.
Girl, here, there, everywhere. A plane,
Casinos.
a club, a party, a concert,
Listen.
like planes, trains, and automobiles, right?
Right.
But they were one of the main ones that was like, I'm finna work, work. I'm
Hmm.
working on weekend, I'm gonna sleep when I did. I feel I am terrified for us millennials if we get to retire because how will our bodies adjust to having, hopefully there's finances where we won't have to work, but how will our bodies and our lives adjust
To
to
freedom.
our finances not being tied to an exchange of time for money?
Right. To all that freedom. What do you do to occupy that space? And nothing
Start a business.
nothingness is actually doing something. Like if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to.
Girl, let me tell you, I know some empty nesters. They just got all of their kids to graduate from high school, and they
Mhm.
did really, really good. The kids' education is paid off and everything,
Mhm.
right? They're barely in their 40s. No, I'm lying. They in their mid 40s. Guess what they decided to do now that they're empty nesters?
Travel.
Start a catering business.
Okay.
And let me be very clear, this is one of the dopest catering businesses I have ever seen in my life. Like, they are more prepared. They need to be catering Obama events only.
Well,
Like, that's how dope
that's their new focus. That's their
it
new
should be.
focal point.
We'll see. They may launch a franchise corporation by the end of the year.
They got
Because
goals, okay?
their program. But and I love it for them. But I was like, y'all don't want to take like a year off just to adjust to, having an
They're
empty
like,
nest.
no, we ready. We've been planning.
We've booked out every
Right.
Saturday for the next 2 years. And I'm like, oh, okay. But some
Listen.
people are programmed that way. I felt like when I experienced my burnout in 2020 through like 2024 with all the pandemic and all of that stuff, there was
Mhm.
like a few years where I'm like, I need to do nothing. Whatever I want to do next, I need to do less now so that I'm prepared for that.
Well, I feel like 2020, we were all pretty much doing nothing. We
Well,
were
some of
forced.
us,
Forced.
baby, folks was scamming. Okay,
Yeah.
people were busy. Okay, people were full time scamming in
From the
Atlanta.
luxury of their home on their computers.
They were trapping
Right.
from their phone. So, but no, just I remember there were years where I was like, I don't need to do anything. I don't want to travel.
Mhm.
I'm not starting any new projects. I think I had a year like that last year. I'm not starting any new projects. I'm not launching nothing. I don't want to force a bunch of trips. Every trip I'm not saying yes to. I'm only saying yes to the ones that count. Like, it is hard to program your body to do
To
less.
relax and do less. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hop back into this year where you rejuvenated.
Yeah.
You were? Okay. So it was beneficial to give yourself that time.
Absolutely. I was able to kind of develop new interests and just enjoy myself as a person
Mhm.
and not as an entrepreneur, not just as an educator, not as a this, as a that, but just as a person. Let's just chill for a few minutes and do
Right.
something, you know? And that was important. So, so I don't know how to convince an overachiever to do less without there being a medical emergency or like a global pandemic. I don't.
Wait,
Now, will
there's got
those
to be
people?
some hope. There's some hope for the people.
There's no middle ground. Okay,
There's
let's
got to
find
be
a
some
middle ground.
hope for the people. Like,
But I do. I hope that people come into the a space in their lives where they feel balanced and refreshed, and that feels like success too.
right. In addition
Yeah,
to, or
yeah,
that takes over. That becomes a new success.
yeah. I think so.
I like
I
that.
think so. Hmm.
I like that. So
I do.
overachievers, let the weight go. Allow someone else to help. When they
Say
do
no.
help, breathe.
Say no.
What?
Breathe. Say no. I keep telling people to say no. Like, you can't do everything all the time.
You can't.
Say no
You think you
sometimes.
can, but you can't.
Say no sometimes. I know my extroverted self makes plans for my introverted self, and introverted self cancels them. You got to say no sometimes because
Introverted
even
self be
after you
like, no.
say,
Right. When?
"Ooh, what? In this economy?" Yeah, no. Mm-mm. So check this out. Listen to this episode, and every episode of Energy is Currency, y'all. We are doing good. We are on Pandora now,
We're on
Spotify,
Pandora?
Apple. We're on Pandora
What?
and
Okay.
iHeartRadio. We're popping on the YouTubes. We're on Apple Podcasts, on the Spotify. We are everywhere you podcast.
Yay. Look at us.
Every single where, all the wheres, we are there. And teaching you how to mind your business personally and professionally. And if you need more support for your career development, your business development, visit vtacareers.com. That's where you're going to get in touch with Gigi. That's where you get in touch with myself. And literally, we teach you how to mind your business how to grow your business and your career
Professionally.
and personally. So until next time, good people, don't overachieve. Sometimes the bare minimum is more than enough.
Love that.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We'll see you next time, y'all.
Mm.